Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm going to be giving you guys my review for episode 22 of Dragon Ball Super. Now this was an interesting episode with a couple of problems that I'll get to eventually. But this episode started off with the continuation of what we saw in the last episode. Obviously we saw Gohan get blasted in the chest, which was really awesome how that happened, but that was last episode. That review that'll be down at the end of this video and then the description below. But with this episode of Dragon Ball Super, we see it Tagoma is, standing up, and Gotenks comes out of nowhere, which is amazing. It's amazing to see Gotenks return, and then he comes and just nails Tagoma right in, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, right in the nutsack is where he got him. He's sitting there holding his balls, and then Gotenks, it's amazing because he's just looking around like, alright, we got a lot of them here. I can take these guys on, which he probably is the strongest. He should be. Obviously, Gohan had declined. He should be the strongest one there as a fusion. Then he defuses for whatever reason. A lot of people had a problem with this, and I'm not going to say I don't have a problem with it at all. But it's not like they forgot about the timer. He says time's up, at least in the sub that I watched. He must have just wasted his time when he was fusing back home. Or maybe they just forgot it was supposed to be 30 minutes. I'm not quite sure what it was, but it is a missed opportunity to see Gotenks get a lot more action. But damn, seeing Tagoma get hit right in the jingle bells, I mean, that was awesome. And as that happens, as we've heard this prediction happening for a while, Ginyu does take over Tagoma's body, and the way he does this is he writes the word change in the dirt. And Tagoma reads it, which I guess that works like that, thus changing into Tagoma's body. Frieza recognizes him when he does the pose, and it was just amazing to see Ginyu come back. It's something I really enjoyed. I really love that scene. But it's weird because Ginyu, he didn't have a problem controlling Tagoma's power at all. He seemed actually almost like he was stronger than Tagoma. Obviously, we know back on Namek, he had problems taking over Goku's body. He had trouble controlling that body. His power level, Goku's power level in his base was like a 90,000, and Ginyu's dropped to, I believe it was like a 24,000 or 22,000 when he took over Goku. Should have been the same thing here. I'm not gonna hold it to them too much, honestly. It is an inconsistency, as we know in the series, but I think we're gonna have to just let it slide, because this whole arc, and the same thing goes for the Resurrection of film, a lot of problems going on there. So Ginyu rips off Piccolo's arm, which I'm sure Aquaman loved to see, and Piccolo regenerates it. Gohan gives him a Senzu Bean, or offers one. We don't see him take it. I'm assuming that he did take it, just because they don't allude on the fact that he declined or anything. But I don't think he should necessarily need one after just regenerating his arm. He's never really needed it in the past. If I can remember, I don't really think he has, so I don't think it's necessary here for that. I would say that he did take it though, just because they didn't really allude on the fact that he declined it or anything. They just kind of went to the next scene after Gohan mentions the bean. One thing that was very interesting that I think I should note is Bulma notices the Ginyu frog, and he says, she's like, oh, that frog. Jaco asks, and then she's like, I don't want to talk about it, kind of implying that they are going off of the filler there where Ginyu was body changing with Bulma. That whole situation where he had the little voice recognition device strapped to him. That kind of looks like they're taking a note of that. Maybe I'm just looking into it too much, but that's what it's saying to me. She had an intense, she definitely had an experience with the Ginyu frog in that filler, to say the least. Gohan fights Ginyu next, and is definitely weaker than him in his base form. Once he turns Super Saiyan, he just completely annihilates him, which I didn't really like. I want to see an actual fight here. I want to see an actual struggle between some characters aside from Goku, and Frieza, and possibly Vegeta and Frieza if they, redo a lot of that fight. Hopefully they do that, because we're just seeing a lot of, complete wipeouts right now, and it's a little bit bothersome. After he beats Ginyu, though, Gohan does as a Super Saiyan, he says that there's no point in continuing this fight anymore, and that sparks a rage in Frieza because of what Goku had said to him on Namek about just, leaving him there. There's no point in fighting you. It's pointless. You've lost. And that was an amazing moment, and Frieza just snaps. I can't snap my finger with my left hand. Snaps and blast Gohan and just starts torturing him by blasting him with death beams, and it was really intense. Then Piccolo just steps in front of it for the final one, similar to how it was with Nappa. It's unclear on if he dies, because even if he dies, they're going to wish him back with the Dragon Balls somehow, and he's going to be in the Universe 6 arc, so I'm sure he doesn't die here. And you know, in the Buu Saga, Namekian fusion worked, I believe it was what? If the head stays intact, the rest of the body can grow. I believe that's how it was. It's very inconsistent in the series with Namekian regeneration. Did I just say fusion a little bit ago? Namekian regeneration. So, you know, maybe they forgot that, but he gets blasted right here. Not even really in the heart. Maybe it was the heart, but I think he should be able to regenerate from that. But we'll see what happens in the next episode. But, yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts for the episode, my review, my analysis on the episode. What'd you guys think of it? I enjoyed it, but it does have quite a few problems. But I have heard a lot of people complaining a lot more than I think maybe they should be. There are some problems, definitely, but I don't think they're too major. Obviously, the power scaling differences between characters, a lot of power differences here that shouldn't be present, but those were already present in the film. But I want to know what you guys think of the episode. I enjoyed it. Definitely a good episode. But yeah, I'd like to thank you all for watching this review, and I'll catch you later.